Romans 11 verse 1. I say then, have the Most High cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. The Most High have not cast away his people, which he foreknew. What he not, what the scriptures saith of Elias, how he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets, and digged down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men, who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so then, at this present time also, there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
Right, so there's a remnant according to the election of grace. Now, the election are not equal with those that are unelected. So there's no equality in that either. Even in the kingdom of heaven, you think all Israel is going to be on the same level? No, you're going to have different orders in the kingdom. Okay, you're going to have the Yahweh, then you're going to have the 12, and then you're going to have the 144,000, and that's going to be the governing body, governing the civilians of our people. Right, King David. He's going to be up there amongst the great men too. So, things such as equality, man, it's just something that somebody done, you know, pretty much put out of their asses, man. That's all it is. It doesn't exist. Never did, and it never will. Okay, go on.
Even so, and if by grace, then is it no more of works? Otherwise, grace is no more grace.
Right, although grace is no more grace. Alright? So you got certain brothers that have the ability to receive grace in the spirit of the Lord, and you have certain men that don't have that ability. Alright, so again, there's no equality in that either. Go on.
But if it be of works, then is it no more grace? Otherwise, work is no more work.
Right, so that's, we're going to go into something else. Go get me Matthews 13. Matthews 13, 9 and 8.
Matthew 13, verse 9. You have ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
But to them it is not given.
And that goes back to Romans 11. You had certain guys that were given that truth that the masters of the world couldn't receive. And the master of the world that I'm talking about is the word of Israel, because Israel is a world within itself. So amongst the word of Israel, you had the elect men that were given the truth. Okay? And that still stands right now, because we got the truth. We're the only guys that's got what it takes, man. We ain't out here rolling around, smoking the now and you know, wearing skin tight jeans like a damn woman. We ain't walking in that spirit, man, because we know the truth about all things. Okay, and the more you know, the more sharp and accurate you are. Okay, the more you know how to conduct yourself, the more disciplined you become. And the more you just look at other people like, man, they just on a lower level, man. Okay? That's what the shoe does to you, man. It heightens your, it gives you that ruling class mentality. That ruling state of mind. And I mean, you know, with that state of mind, you gotta level yourself now as well, because you know, you can get too proud and then things go wrong. So you gotta kind of stay level. You always gotta realize that you know, at this present moment, we're nobodies right now. Okay, we're just vessels that the Lord is using to bring out His word. Okay, but in a sense, you know, we are good. You know, we are men of substance because we have this truth. That's what makes us who we are. Greatness because of the truth, not because we willingly made ourselves great, because of the truth. Go on. Yeah, go get. Let me see. We'll go back. He was reading something.
This is Matthew 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew their faults, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself shall be brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, how he is divided against himself, how shall then his kingdom stand?
Right, because really when you check it out, that's going into something else, but when you check it out, the society, now you got Vladimir Putin on the other side of the world in the east, and you got, the superpowers in the West, America, and England as well, okay? And they're basically butting heads against each other, man. So really, when you check the society out, this is an Edomitic system. But you have the Russians, which are Edomites, fighting up against the Edomites in the West. And they're going to clash real soon. Alright, but what I want to do is I want to go back to the point of the matter on equality. How that nonsense and that shenanigans don't exist. And you know what, the spirit, man, I might even do something on it. Okay, I might even do a sit down on that equality thing, man. Because that equality thing, man, it's sitting heavy in my head. And you got this one guy, he said he watched the video, and he said, what do you think about equality? So I might have to do something on that.
Alright, this is Sirach 33 and 10. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of the earth. In much knowledge, the Lord hath divided them and made their ways diverse.
That's a good scripture. Beautiful. You know,
that's what Bible up there. Some of them have he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified and set near.
That's what I'm talking about. Yep.
But some of them have he cursed and brought low.
Right. So you have certain men that are exalted, you have certain men that are brought low. Okay, you have certain men that know more than other men. So when people tell you about equality, again, you gotta really think about what they're telling you. Because they could be just telling you a bunch of nonsense, man. Okay, like the guy, like let's say for example, right, you work out and you in shape, right? You're mentally in shape, you're spiritually in shape. A guy that's not in shape spiritually and mentally and physically, he's not on the same level as you. Okay, he can't run for 5 minutes, but you can run for 10 minutes. It's like me, I can't run along with Usain Bolt. He'll beat me easy. Okay, so when you look at all aspects of life, on many different levels, however you want to look at it, there's no such thing as equality. You got people that are stronger than others, some people that are weaker than others. Taller, some people are smaller, okay? Smarter, some people are more stupid than others, all right? So all aspects, every angle, however you want to look at it, there's no equality, man. Go on.
And it says, some of them have he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified and set near himself.
Right, and you know what? You have certain men that are near to the Most High. Okay, and Lord willing, we're those men that are near to the Lord. Then we wouldn't have to be near those men, because we're doing everything that the scriptures are saying to them. Okay, and you have, it's like in the kingdom of heaven, you're gonna have Israelites that are gonna be in the kingdom of heaven, but they're gonna be the least. And you're gonna have certain Israelites that are gonna be exalted.
And some of them have he cursed and brought low.
Right, and some of them have he cursed and brought low. So you're going to have certain people that are going to be cursed, certain people are going to be blessed, certain people are going to have wisdom, understanding, and certain people won't. Go on.
And turned out of their places.
And turn out into their places. Go on.
2nd Ezra chapter 1, verse 38. And now, brother, behold what glory, and see the people that cometh from the east, unto whom I will give for leaders Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Hosea,
That's what I'm talking about.
Amos, and Micah, Joel, Obadiah, and Jonah,
Right.
Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Agaiah, Zechariah, and Malachi, which is called also an angel of the Lord.
Hey, that's it. That's it. So the Lord set up certain men and prophets to be the leaders. So did he name all of Israel, all of the names of the nation of Israel? He named the main guys. There were certain men that were named to be leaders over the nation. All right, just like how we were called to bring out the gospel, to bring out the truth. The reason why we were called to bring out the gospel and the truth because we're going to be the future leaders in the next world. Okay, and that's why I'm even going to put this out there, man. That's why our brothers, man, in all of the camps, you know, we have to motivate ourselves to be leaders. All of that sideline bullshit, man, we got to get out of that spirit, man. You know what I mean? Even the guys that's doing the cheerleading thing, that's cheerleading. You got to get out of that, man. Go on.
2nd Ezra 9.
What the fuck is this?
Just have a nice day. Hey, go on.
Verse 21. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people.
Today, isn't it, huh? They're going to get bloody, isn't it, huh?
And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain.
That's it. You know, and that's just the thing, man. You see the two things going on. It's either he's got mental issues, or he just wants some attention. You know? And that's what I'm saying in Great Britain. You got grown-ass men.
Shut the fuck up!
You got grown-ass men.
I can't concentrate my
You got grown-ass men out here that are acting like wild animals, man. That's so animal. That's not even man. That's insane. That's a man that's insane. Okay, he's lost his senses. He don't know what's going on with him. Okay, bugged out, man. Go on.
And let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
Right, with great labor, made it perfect. So there's certain men that are going to be made perfect over other men. Why? Because of the gospel. So that's the bottom line, man. Like, everybody ain't on the same level. Don't let nobody tell you about equality, because that shit don't exist, man. That's all bullshit. That's all bullshit, man. Alright, and it's disrespectful, you know, to think that being that that's real, that concept is real, somebody below me is equal to me. That don't make no sense, man. Alright? And the thing about us up here, we don't want to be equal with nobody. We want to be our God-given right, which is the Israelites. Our right is to rule over all of the other nations. To be equal is an insult, man, to our people. We're supposed to be over everybody. Why is that? Because that's our God-given right. All right, we're going to read it in the scriptures too. Okay, get me, somebody give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6 again. Even this brother right here, he's supposed to sit on the throne and rule over everybody. He ain't supposed to be serving nobody, going to work. He's supposed to be over everybody, man.
More than one way, huh? Huh? You think we're going to raise him up more than one way?
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Right, we're holy people unto the Lord thy power. So the Lord gave us that God right, that God-given right to be over people, man. Not asking for rights like the brother required. We did a beautiful video on the Black British thing, man. Because you got our people, they just want to be acknowledged and you know, revered amongst Esau. Esau ain't gonna try. Esau don't want to revere me, man. And I don't want Esau to revere me. And also I have to be a part of this society. I don't want to be a part of this shit. All I want to do, man, is I want to be over these guys, man. My mentality is to be over. I'm a king. Like the brother said, we're kings. We're not to be servants. Go on.
Genesis 35, verse 10. And the Most High said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name.
Right, but Israel shall be thy name. The word Israel means that he is the son of God. When you break it down, though, it means he is the prince of the power. What's the son of the king? The prince. Okay, so we're the sons of God. We're the kings. The Lord set us up to be priests and kings and princes. So when one has to force themselves to be accepted, that's a slave. Jake got to get out of that mindset and trying to be accepted, man. Fuck being accepted. Okay, at the end of the day, I don't care about being accepted. All I care about is ruling over motherfuckers, man. That's my God-given right. All right? That's what we're looking for, man. We're not looking for to be accepted by this stuff. Being known as a black British. That's not who we are. Who we are is Israelites, man. Being called an Israelite is better than being called black British. All right? Plus, black is the opposite of light. The word people of light and life and the invigoration of that. Okay, so I don't want to be known as that. I want to be known as a king, a ruler over other people, and basically dominate over other people, because that's my right. Now, if I'm not in that position, I want to be depressed and I want to be down and out, man. Why? Because I'm not in my right position. Just like a lion, if you take a lion out of his habitat and you cage that lion up, is he going to feel happy about being caged up out of his habitat? No. He's going to feel like shit. So it's the same thing with us. Because we're not ruling, we feel like shit because we're not in our right step. Okay? So being accepted ain't going to do a damn thing. Go on.
So it says, and he called his name Israel. And the Most High said unto him,
a lot of people can't see, brother.
and the Most High said unto him, I am the Most High Almighty.
Right, I am the Most High Almighty. Go on.
Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee.
Right, and a company of nations shall be of thee. So therefore, again, therefore it goes again. No equality. So the Lord said he was going to give unto us a company of nations. Which that we will get that in the future. Okay? And there's another scripture on that too. What's that?
Nations of two tribes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. Read that again.
A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee.
This song's too cool. This song's too cool.
And it says, and kings shall come out of thy loins.
Right, and it says kings shall come out of thy loins. And that's talking about Abraham's sons, which went all the way down to the 12 patriarchs. Okay, the 12 patriarchs are the sons of God, the Israelites, which we are a part of that. So if that's the case, then we're supposed to be kings, rulers, priests, send orders of them. That's our God-given right, man. You see, an average Negro, they want to be accepted by the world and be a damn slave. You see, what this truth makes you become is where you're supposed to be mentally. A real man and a king. Okay, a real man is not a slave or wants to be accepted. A real man takes shit and run his shit. Okay, and the Lord is going to put that spirit back on his men, and in the kingdom we're going to run shit. We don't need the so-called white man to adapt. We're going to be working the so-called white man to can't see any evil, man. Sun up to sun down. That's the future.
Right, this is Psalms 2 and 2. And it says, the kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon the holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen.
That's the one I'm
for thine inheritance.
Right, ask of thee, and I will give thee of the heathen. So the Lord is going to give us all of these other nations to possess and own. Just like we're being owned by people. We're going to own a whole leap of different people. You can even get that in Isaiah 60. That's in Isaiah the 16th chapter. All of the sons shall come bending. All of the other nations, they're pretty much going to be subservient unto us. So that order is going to be restored. Because the order is this, right? Is that we have to rule. That's where it is exact right order. Alright? The so-called white man's ruling right now, that's unrighteous order. He shouldn't be ruling, but he's ruling because the Lord wants to show us a lesson on what it means to live in a wicked society. That's why he's ruling, and he's also ruling to fulfill prophecy. But the Israelites are going to go back in their rightful step, in their rightful position, to rule and to set order and to take responsibility on the earth, and to use these laws in doing so. Go on.
And it says, and I will declare the decree, and the Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give you the heathen, but thine inheritance.
Right, so the inheritance are the nations. That's the inheritance of Israel. So drop that, give me Isaiah 60. And that's just the thing, man, and that's why me, man, I'm just kind of like, you know, you gotta life up a little bit, though. You can't be too, you know, depressed, you can't be too angry and shit, you know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of like level it. But the point of the matter is, man, you get mad because you're not in the right position. Okay, and our rightful position is just to rule. Because the Lord said that we were his people, the children of Israel. The word Israel means he is the prince of power. So if the prince of power is slavery, then they're gonna be all out of whack. Like I said, the analogy of a lion. If a lion is all caged up, he's not happy. If he's in a zoo and people are making fun of him, he's not happy then. Okay? He's more likely angry or depressed. So it's the same thing with us. Being that we're not in our rightful position, especially us, because we know where we belong, and we're not there, we're pissed off, man. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we gotta lighten up still, you know, because we all know why we're in this condition. The reason why we're in this condition is we broke the commandments of God. That's why. All right? But things will change right side up again. Go on.
Right, Isaiah 60 and 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls.
Right, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. So the sons of the strangers, now you have to understand when it's talking about the strangers and when it's not talking about the strangers. But sometimes it could be talking about Israelites. But we know, because we've already looked up this word stranger, it's referring to the actual other nations. So it says that the actual other nations are going to build up our walls. In other words, they're going to be building the kingdom. Just like we build up Great Britain, the so-called Europeans and these other nations, they're going to build up our kingdom. That's how that's going down. So this prophecy hasn't taken place yet, but just because it hasn't taken place, it don't mean that it won't take place. It's just going to take place. Because every word of God must be established. Go on.
And the king shall minister unto thee.
Right, and the king shall minister unto thee. So the word minister coming from the word minus, which means servant. So you're going to have certain people that's in power that are going to come down out of power and serve us. Like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, and all of the kings of the other nations. Now it seems a bit unrealistic, but guess what? The unrealistic happens every day. All right, go on.
But in my wrath I smote thee.
But in my wrath I smote thee, because the Lord did bring us down. He brought us all the way down. Why? Because we disobeyed his laws. Go on.
But in my favor I have showed thee mercy.
But in thy favor I have showed thee mercy. So the Lord is going to restruct everything back in order again, putting us in power, so that we can take leadership position and they're responsible by these other nations by using the law. That's why it says in the scriptures, it says that by Mount Zion shall go forth the law. All right, that's what's going to go down.
Therefore, my gates shall be open continually.
Why the gates going to be open continually? Because we're going to have slaves to build up our foundations. Okay, and they're going to have to do what we tell them to do, because their life purpose on the earth is just going to be that of a servant. And they're going to be used to being a servant. Because they're going to be a servant for 1,000 years straight. And even by then, they're still going to be subordinate under us. Go on.
And it says, they shall not be shut day nor night.
Okay.
That man may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles.
Right, that man may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles. So now, again, we have to look at this word Gentile. I believe the word there is Goyim, right? Goyim, which is referred to the actual other nations. So all of these other nations, let's turn this around a bit. All of these other nations here in the future are going to serve the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indian, who are the Israelites. Okay, why? Because the Lord is going to come back, who the world called Jesus Christ, and the main purpose on why he's coming back, not to save the world, but the world of Israel. And we're going to prove it by the Bible. Okay, now you can try to prove to me that the Lord is going to save everybody. You'll fail on that. It's just not in the Bible. Go on.
And it says, and that their kings may be brought.
And that their kings may be brought. What kings? The kings of the other nations. Because you got the kings amongst the Chinese. You got kings amongst Great Britain, the Edomites. Okay, because see, in this society, right, they will have you believe that there's no kings no more. There's no longer no more kings. That's all BS, man. There are kings on the earth right now. And they're what you call the shadow government. They control prime ministers that get elected or selected into becoming a prime minister. That's your kings. Go on.
And it says, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee.
Right, so the nation and kingdom that will not serve us, go on,
shall perish.
Shall perish. So when we rise back up on earth and we set rulership on earth, everybody's gonna have to keep the commandments. The Lord such commandments. And if they don't, then guess what? They're gonna be destroyed. So even on that concept alone, equality ain't gonna mean a damn thing, man. Equality definitely won't exist in our society. No more, none. Okay, go on.
Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Right, and those nations shall be utterly wasted. So let's say you, brother, got a backyard or something, right? Or let's just say you got a group of nations of people, and you're doing a Passover. Them nations, they gotta come before the Passover. All right? Because if they don't, then they're gonna perish. They're gonna go through droughts, no rain. Okay, the animals are gonna die out. All of their vegetation is gonna die out plus. So they're not gonna get shit off.
And it says, the sons of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee.
Right, so the sons of them that have afflicted us shall come bending unto us. That's servitude. When somebody's bound before you, that's an indication of them being a servant unto you. That's easy to understand. Okay? When somebody gotta go apply for work, what are you saying? I'm still a slave. That's why they call you an employer. I mean employee. The word employee is a nice way of saying you're a slave. Just like these other nations, they're gonna be slaves, they're gonna be asking us to do work. Because they better not be caught doing no work because they're gonna be put out there, they're gonna be put to death. Because we're gonna have full control of the world. So it's not gonna be no more 999, this and that, the third. We're gonna be laying down control. You wanna talk about totalitarianism, we're gonna have that hundredfold. We're gonna be the one in control setting the rules now. That's gonna be the new thing on the earth. That's gonna be the true New World Order. Esau like to talk about the New World Order. The real New World Order is gonna be when Yahweh Shai rises up into the power seat, the so-called black man, and we're gonna be ruling alongside with him. That's the New World Order right there. Go on.
And it says, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet.
Right, so all they that despise thee shall bow themselves before thy feet. That includes the so-called white man, that includes the so-called Jews, which they're the same people anyway. Right, and then you got Arabs out there, Ishmaelites, and then you got all these other nations too. Okay, that had a hand in our downfall once upon a time, or another throughout history. So they all gonna be bowing before us, and they're gonna be doing exactly what we tell them to do. And they can't do nothing about it, man. They can't do what they want to do. Okay? Yeah, we almost finished.
Finish up this last bit here. And it says, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord.
That's my favorite scripture. They shall call thee the city of the Lord. And you know, these other nations, they're going to know that we are the Lord's people. Why? Because when they see the cities, and they see our homes being built with precious stones, and it smells so nice even when you enter into the city, they're going to know about it, man. They're going to know about the city. Okay, of Israel. Go on.
They can smell it from outside the gates.
Right, they can smell it. Right. They can smell it from outside the gates, brother.
And it says, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
Right, that's it. So we're going to be known as the people of God. That's the way that's going down. We're kings, man. We're not looking to be accepted or looking for rights or whatever. Esau can keep his rights, and he can keep it where the sun don't shine. fuck your rights, man. We looking for the rights of our Lord and Savior, and our rights is that we have a right to fucking rule this earth, man. That's the rights we looking for. We don't care about this bullshit out here. Okay, we gonna rule in the kingdom, man. Just like my fellow brother Required gonna put out there, man. We're set up to be kings, man, not fucking slaves or applying for work. Fuck all of that, man. Anyway, man, we gonna close out. Got some more now? Yeah, so we gonna close out on that, man. And with that, man, I like to give all praises and glory to Yahweh,
Hashem, Yahushai.
okay, Bahashem,
Bashin,
Waha,
Waha,
Wakha,
Waka.
Shalom.
Kadash.
Kwam Yasharal.